Hi, Islanders! This is Hana from South Korea. The other evening, the weather was beautiful, so I went for a walk in the woods. It was a path I haven't taken for a while, using the summer heat as an excuse. The golden dust of sunset filled the forest, and the gentle breeze felt so good. I thought to myself, okay, let's just follow this path all the way to the end. I was confident. It was a path I knew, a path I had walked many times. I thought I knew where it would lead. But then suddenly a small side trail sparkled next to the wide, well paved path. As if drawn by the light, I stepped onto it, thinking I'd just take a quick look. When I came to my senses, I was surrounded by trees that all looked the same. I couldn't tell which way was which. Fear crept in. The sun was setting, and it set fast in the woods. The sunset that had been so magical just moments before now felt like a sinister gatekeeper to hell. A cold sweat ran down my back. I started to panic, running around in a panic, trying to find my way. And stop. Then a comment I had shouted to hundreds of students over a decade of diving came to my mind. Underwater, unlike on land, you can go in any direction. So, when the visibility is too clear in the deep sea or at the other extreme, when it's terrible, a diver can lose their sense of direction. When that happens, we are trained not to panic, but to stop, think, and then act. I had taught this for years. I also taught my students to always look for a reference point. But in my own emergency, I had failed to do so. My mind was racing and I couldn't spare a moment to look for one. The sun is setting, I told myself. And when I started my walk, the sun was on my left. Just remember that. I got off the side trail and this time I started walking with the sun on my right. After pushing through the bushes for a long time, I finally saw the familiar main road. The sun had completely set and darkness had fallen, but a wave of relief washed over me. What was supposed to be a 30 minutes walk had turned into a 2-hour adventure. For a moment, I imagined what I must look like if a drone were filming me from above. Sweaty, hair a mess, standing alone in the deep, dark woods. I let out a dry laugh. In the forest after sunset, all the scents that had been suppressed by the hot sun during the day were blooming. I could hear the sounds of all kinds of insects and birds waking up from their naps, hidden in the bushes. These were smells and sensations I would have never experienced if I hadn't gotten lost. Life is never a straight line. In a world that screams for efficiency and productivity, so what if we get lost? We will find our way eventually. If we only chase efficiency, ignoring the things we can only learn and feel when we are lost, are we human or are we robots? But what about cave diving? A place with no sunlight to use as a reference. A narrow tunnel where you can't just turn around if you take a wrong turn. What if we get lost there? I once had a panic attack in that deep darkness. My body and my tank got stuck in a narrow passage in a tight cave. Suddenly, my breathing, which had been perfectly fine, became labored. I felt my heart constrict. All sorts of thoughts played out like a movie. How will they recover my body if I die here? This will be a life trauma for my dive buddy. Have I lived a good life? Is it okay to die like this? Suddenly, I felt a tug on my fin. My body, realizing I was no longer moving, had decided to pull me out from behind. And just like that, I was out of the narrow tunnel. In a wider part of the cave, I even posed for a cool photo pretending nothing had happened. In the picture, my face is smiling, but inside I was crying. After the dive, I asked my buddy how long I had been stuck. To me, it had felt like at least 30 minutes. She said it was 2 minutes. Everything, the fear, the worry, the anxiety, was created in my mind. Nothing had actually happened. The fear in my head took over my body. My full air tank felt empty, leading to shortness of breathing, and finally a panic attack. Even in that moment, the answer was the same: stop, think, act. Perhaps this is similar to the situation for those of us living with a mental illness like depression, panic disorder, or anxiety. It feels like being trapped in a deep, lightless darkness. You can't move forward or backward. You are surrounded. You are confused, disorientated, with nothing to lean on. Meanwhile, the air in your tank feels like it's running out, and you feel completely alone. You don't want to die, but you see no way to survive. Thoughts fill your head. I'm lost, so I'm a loser. How could I be so stupid? Look at everyone else living their life so well with a clear direction and purpose. Why can't I be like that? I've been there. I put on a brave face on autopilot saying I'm fine, when in fact, nothing was fine at all. But feeling lost doesn't mean you are a failure or that you're hopeless or that you are resistant to change. Our lives are never stagnant. Being lost is the opposite of being stagnant. It means you are going somewhere. It means you are moving. Isn't that wonderful when you think about it? Someone who does nothing, who has no ambitions, never even feels lost. It's our own desire, our creativity, that gives us the feeling of being lost. Because as humans, we are always searching for more. We are explorers and observers in the forest of life. We all get lost. So, what should we do? You don't need to have a grand life plan right now. You don't need to listen to the word screaming that you will be in a big trouble if you don't. If just being lost is overwhelming enough, then first, you must practice standing firmly on your own 2 feet. The farmers in my village don't plant seeds and then dig them up every day to see if they are growing. They plant them, and for a while, they just leave them be. They let nature do its work. They temporarily let go of their control. So it's okay to rest for a while. It's okay to be still. It's okay to be a little softer and kinder to yourself. If you are in the darkness, you can just wait for the sun or the moon to shine. It's not too late to decide where to go after that. We all get lost. It's a feeling you have to get used to if you love new adventures. My life is not a straight line, and neither is yours. Nobody's life is. We always circle back. Sometimes we reach our desired destination, and sometimes we get lost and end up in a completely new place we've never been before. Life is unpredictable. When you feel lost, you truly learn who you are, what you are passionate about, what you love, and where you are right now. If you feel lost right now, the one thing I want you to stop is the self blame. You must recognize the inner critic that says, just get over it. Why can't you be like everyone else? Look, you've messed up again. Just like always. So let's set up a base camp right where you are lost. Let's make this place your own lunch pad. Let's stop for a moment and just stay here. For now, let's be our own best friend and tell ourselves, it's okay for feeling this way. We won't be lost forever. As long as we know the general direction of our life, our own North Star, the sun, moon, and shadows will always guide us. So, what if you take a side trail? So, what if you are a little slow? Even if you arrive at the finish line later, who can dare put a price tag on the value of the things you saw because you got lost? Things that others never saw. That day I got lost in the forest. Instead of blaming myself for my mistake, I remember the me who found a new path and the things I could only see because I was lost. That night, the moon was unusually beautiful, and the next morning, my legs had new muscles. Maybe it's time to try walking a little faster or even a light jog. The time we spend lost and wandering is, in the end, the most honest journey back to our own island. Okay, that's my story. If any part of my story resonated with you, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and join our community of islanders. And if you have any questions about me or life in Korea, let me know in the comments down below. Welcome to Hana's Island. You are safe here now. I will see you soon. Bye for now.